This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed.
Saturday on the Love Boat.
The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans on this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julie's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other better. A man gets very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
Sailing!
I like
We
that.
are sailing!
It's like you're on the cruise deck, just kind of waving at the departure.
Yeah,
So,
totally. We're sailing.
Welcome to Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High season, low morals.
I am your host, Rob,
And I'm Charlotte.
and in the corner
In the corner.
is producer Caleb.
It's where I belong. Love my corner.
Some say that, yes.
No one puts baby in the corner.
Yet he's there.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, well, we're back for another episode. And producer Caleb, what episode is this in season 1 of the Love Boat?
Don't want to bring any bad luck, guys, but it's episode 13.
Oh, 13.
Okay.
1, 3, let's do it. I'm not scared of 13.
I'm not either. After the last episode that we witnessed,
know.
Can't get worse than that, really.
No,
Thank-
probably
Twisted.
not.
Thankfully, I will say that this is a bit of a detox episode.
Okay.
Stuff still happens, but nothing like priests with 6 boys
Orphans.
or older gentleman with a young orphan 15-year-old.
Okay.
It's a nice... It's a breather. It's a nice breath of fresh
All
air.
right. Can't believe the Love Boat has a breath of fresh air, but maybe this is like...
But for now, it's purged itself of this twisted morality of what we saw in the last couple of weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
We don't need to
Which has
describe
been some
it
kind
again.
of shit, actually, going
Yeah,
on.
really.
Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah, thank you. I try to keep it real over here.
I want to avoid any and all of those type of drugs that those riders were on because obviously those are the bad ones.
Yeah, okay. Well, Caleb, I got a list of those drugs for you. I'll give them to you after the show.
And quickly, what we do, in case you're joining us for the first time, is we look at episodes of The Love Boat from the late 70s through the lens of the modern times. And we are very easily able to catch, what would you call them?
Dilemmas, hijinks, tomfoolery, just questionable moments. We see all of the isms, racism, sexism, any other isms that you could think of. We probably see it. Stuff that is most definitely illegal too. But again, it's international waters. So what's really wrong about
There's
that?
no law. It's lawless.
It's lawless.
Lawless.
Very much so.
Sleep with anyone. All the husbands. No husband, no wife, no boyfriend, no girlfriend.
I'm not really sure anybody needs international waters for that, but it helps.
All right. Well, on that
All right.
note, we're going to cue up our first clip. And
I see
here-
Julie.
Wait, there's Julie with, well, let's see what happens.
No, Ginger, no.
Come on, Teddy. I'll stay in your cabin. Who's gonna know?
Ginger, this is as far as you go.
Oh, that's not what you said last night.
PDA, guys.
Excuse me.
They're in the lobby of the boat.
That'll leave the sheep. You get me in the hot water.
I'd say you're already in it, clear up to your neck. Who's the wet blanket?
Ginger, this is Julie McCoy. She's an officer. Most ship-shape officer I've ever served under.
Teddy, you're late. You're improperly dressed, and this is not the crew entrance.
Captain is
Come
watching
on,
this.
Julie.
Please report to your duty at once.
You're not pulling rank on me, are you?
If she isn't, I am.
This is not what it looks like. I was just doing some advanced public relations work. Miss Ledoux here happens to have some very important contacts. Come on, honey. Miss Ledoux. Bye, sir.
I'm not really sure what's going on, but it sounds like, again, security is needed because someone just came onto a boat without a ticket and then was just walked by the cabin.
No problem at all.
No problem at all. I assume he's working on the boat because she was like, this is not the crew
It
entrance.
appeared like that.
But, like, who brings a chick with them on board if they're you know what? This is a crazy question. It could have happened in the 70s. It could happen today. It could
Right.
happen right now.
And they were very stereotypical in their casting of this woman who is the blonde floozy.
Yeah, of course.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Even has the voice of that
Oh,
classic.
yeah, absolutely. That like high pitched baby voice.
Right.
Where it's like, oh my God, I'm so dumb.
And I'm going to throw you all a curveball.
I don't know if I want a
Here we
curveball
go.
today.
I'm gonna give you a curveball.
I've had a lot of
Sorry.
curveballs thrown at me.
I'm going
lately.
to tell you the gentleman that looks like he's staff or part of the crew coming on, and he's obviously kind of not following the Pacific Princess rules. He is played by none other than Bob Crane,
Okay.
who was Hogan in Hogan's Heroes, a popular
Okay.
sitcom. And there is a movie that portrays Bob Crane in kind of a real life situation. It's Greg Kinnear. Greg Kinnear
Well, I
plays
love Greg
Bob Crane.
Kinnear.
Bob Crane was murdered. The actor who was in the scene was actually murdered under very mysterious and some might say twisted
Oh
circumstances.
my God, Ron, you took a dark damn turn.
Well,
Wow.
Greg Kinnear plays the gentleman who's actually in this episode, who we just saw, who we just heard. And Greg Kinnear plays him, and William Defoe
Stop it. You're literally naming everyone I adore.
plays his partner in crime. And I'm not going to get into what they're up to, but let's just say they're out there in real life. Bob Crane this was all tracked after his death, shooting videos with his partner that were questionable, dirty videos.
Well, does Christopher Walken make an appearance in this film? Because I will definitely watch it.
He's the
You
post-credit
yeah,
scene.
right. You just listen to everybody.
And I'm going to put the cherry on this
Oh,
Sunday.
shit.
Here we go.
Bob Crane was murdered by being bludgeoned with a tripod.
Holy
No, he
cow.
wasn't.
Yes, look it up. Bob Crane, and Bob Crane is in this episode, and Bob Crane is playing a sleaze, it appears, in this episode. And without any further
I just
comment,
wanted to say there's about 9 tripods in this room we're in right now. So, Rob,
Right? I didn't know they could be used as weapons.
2, 3, look, I'm not Bob Crane.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Actually, it wasn't Bob Crane. It was the dude that he partnered with in his lifestyle.
Willem Defoe killed him?
William Defoe played the partner of who would have been with Bob Crane in real life. It's a movie that was very popular. It's a weird one.
I'm going to have to watch this now.
Yeah,
for
look it
real.
up.
I'm intrigued.
I am
Tell you
too.
what, we're going to have producer Caleb look up what the name of this movie is, and we're going to roll the scene.
Okay.
3, 2.
Hey, look, there's you and your mom.
Oh, that's a good one, Mom.
It's pretty good of you, too. Aha, there's my masterpiece.
Oh, your Aunt Lily and your dad doing the Charleston. That's terrific.
She's not really interested. Husband and wife at Woods.
What's the matter, huh?
Nothing. Oh, every once in a while I wish I knew my father.
I know. Look, you finish unpacking and we'll go check out the ship, huh?
Excuse me. Compliments of the ship.
And it's Bob Crane.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Yes, welcome aboard. I also have a little gift from me to you.
Caviar. I don't know what to say. We'll certainly mention your kindness to the captain.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. You see, it's from the captain's private stock. The very best. LSB. Less said, the better. You know what I mean. Hey, why don't we let this chill a while? And you two go exploring the ship, and I'll finish your unpacking, huh?
Oh, no, but
Oh, look, no trouble at all. Just remember to tip me handsomely at the end of the trip. That's right. Go ahead.
All right. See you later, Shetty.
You bet.
Whoops. Almost forgot this. Now, look, honey, first I want to get a shot of you with
Sam.
He grabbed the Polaroid, and Bob Crane is putting stuff in this couple's closet, and he notices something. A picture of 2 women.
Oh, my God, no.
I don't know.
Okay, so one. When he said this is LSB, I thought he said LSD. And I was a little bit like, wow, okay, we're just going to throw that on TV. And then I'm still confused. Like, okay, so he looked at that picture as if he recognized the mom because she said this is a picture of you and your mom, right?
Right.
So he obviously recognized that picture and obviously has some sort of a relationship with that situation.
Right, and he was going through this couple's belongings.
Well, and the girl right before the bra looked at the picture, said, I wish I knew my dad. See what I'm saying?
Caleb's smiling over there. You got any insight here, Caleb?
Am I at least on the right path?
sounds
Because I
correct.
feel like I am.
Charlotte, it does sound correct.
Thank you. I watch a lot of freaking
Well,
Dateline.
it does look like producer Caleb has some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Give it to me.
Urgent. The movie that we were just talking about with Bob Crane, all that stuff, is called Autofocus, and it's from 2002. And Willem Defoe actually plays a character named John Carpenter. So,
As in, like,
I think is it the John Carpenter?
No,
the John Carpenter?
So.
Okay.
Don't do that
I was
to John
confused for
Carpenter.
a second.
Okay, who does Greg Kinnear play?
Bob. He plays Bob Crane.
Bob.
It's called autofocus?
Yeah. Autofocus.
Autofocus.
And again, we're watching Bob Crane in this episode.
Okay, let's do it. Let's roll it.
Boat, and we're going to see a little more of what happens.
Isaac,
There he is again.
give me a drink.
Are you crazy? Aren't you on duty?
Anything that's handy and make it a triple.
You can't drink on duty.
Like that hasn't stopped anyone
You're
before.
gonna get yourself fired.
Maybe, but in the meantime, I'm going to get myself drunk.
Okay, Teddy. What is it?
See the girl sitting over there?
Yeah?
Isaac. She's my daughter.
No kidding. You gonna introduce me?
Introduce you. I just met her myself. Guy cut out on her and her mother when Wendy was only 8 months old.
Dickhead.
Gonna tell her?
I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, he's going to drink.
And continue to be a dickhead.
Yeah.
Guess this is the curveball episode. We're just getting curveball left and right from you, and now from Bob Crane.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what,
But now that I know all that about Bob Crane, I'm kind of creeped out. I don't even want to watch him. I'm really creeped out about everything that he's saying and doing at this point. Now that I know that he's like a up person.
It's like the casting office said, okay, we have this character here.
Yeah.
He needs to play a scumbag. He's a drunk. He shirks his work. He breaks the rules. He left his wife. He left his young kid. Bob Crane.
Bob Crane. That's what we want to cast right now.
And look, I mean, you could say we're slandering Bob Crane's name, but I think he did
Watch
it
the
all
movie.
himself.
Yeah, just watch the movie.
The movie is Autofocus.
Yeah.
And it's a good follow-up. It's like a sequel to this episode of
Sequel
Love
to
Boat.
Wow.
Right.
Well, I guess we're the prequel because Autofocus came out 21 years ago.
I could swear I...
Damn, he's bringing the rational thought to this. The 20-year-old brings it down.
I made up my mind. You're my man.
Sorry, Loudon.
What medium should we use to introduce the new name?
Answer the question. Are you going to buy radio, TV, or print? The man has a right to know how you're going to spend his money.
Do something. What? Create a diversion. Sing, faint. Take off your clothes. Gopher, I can't do that. All right, don't sing.
So Gopher and Julie are watching kind of a lively discussion between old people. What producer Caleb,
But I love how he just immediately went to take off your clothes.
Okay, yes.
It gradually built up from two things to then just it, take off your clothes.
Clip your nails, tie your shoe. Actually, just
take off your clothes. Just create a diversion.
Julie is wearing many coats on these episodes.
She is. She's the cruise director, Rob.
Well, I'm not...
That job entails many things.
I'm not surprised she ended up with a big cocaine problem.
I'm not either. Damn,
so
look at all this
many
trauma
years
she's going through.
into
Fuck.
this series.
All right, context.
Context.
Guys.
Give it to me, Caleb.
So the younger couple, very, very poor. The luxury, I guess, the presidential suite was available, and the very poor couple were awarded this luxury cabin by Julie and Gopher. And they kind of stole the identity of the original people who booked that presidential suite, these big marketing guys who didn't show up. And so they're like, hey, poor people, here's an upgrade. Enjoy this upgrade. But one condition, you have to pretend to be these marketing people. Hey, plot twist, your arch-nemesis in the marketing game is also on this boat and they want to discuss work with you. And so the poor people are trying to pretend to be this big marketing head while Julie and Gopher are trying to defuse the situation and not expose them for being frauds.
One, it's not really that hard to pretend like you're a big marketing head.
No, it's not.
You literally just throw out a few key terms and people just
they believe
KPI and point of view and demographics, and they're like, yes, we believe you. Literally anybody can do it.
And producer Caleb, I don't know if you have heard, but when I used to work in a certain office that you work at still continuously, we would hear these kind of phrases like KPI and these kind of things. Are you still hearing those kind of things?
Sure am.
Okay.
Yeah, every day.
Are you happy with that?
And has the KPI actually come to fruition is the question.
Signed an NDA. Sorry, guys.
Oh, Jesus. They're not actually legal, those things. Okay, we'll pass it on. But NDAs are not legally binding. Trust me.
Okay.
This bitch just blew hers up.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
Okay.
All right, we only have very few clips left, guys. People walking down a hallway.
Oh, are we sailing already?
Yes, madam.
Oh, good. I made it back just in time.
Someone's going into Canada.
Oh, honey, and see what I bought for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must have the wrong cabin. I thought this was Promenade 342.
Well, it is Promenade 342.
Well, where's George?
There's no George here. There's just me and the little woman.
What have you done with
Little
my
woman?
husband? This is our honeymoon.
That's his fucking wife.
Young woman, if you don't leave immediately, I'm going to call Captain Norton.
Norton? The captain's name is Stubing.
Captain Norton is captain of the Sun Princess.
The Sun Princess? Oh, no. I'm on the wrong ship.
I'm a little baffled.
Security. Common theme, security. if there was literally any ounce of security, 1% of more security,
right,
she wouldn't have gotten on the wrong boat.
But let's not gloss over the fact that that man called his wife Little Woman.
Right.
She's like a 75-year-old fucking grown adult. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I mean, advertising even in those days, like Maxwell House used to have a lot of ads that were like, the little lady, that kind of stuff.
Our first house nearly never got built. My wife was so bent on helping the builder. Woman, I said, leave that poor man alone and make us some coffee. Not that kind you've been buying either. Instant Maxwell House coffee. Red jar, good to the last drop. Maxwell House. The instant that tastes like coffee. Be a good little Maxwell housewife, and we'll be happy here for a long time.
Maxwell House coffee. Instant and ground.
If my husband ever called me little lady, I would think he was like all of a sudden my dad, and I would never f*** him again. Ever. Like, what the hell, little woman? No. So we're not doing that. Rob is literally in shock, everybody. If you can see
I'm
his
just
face.
doing double takes for comedic effect. I've heard worse shit than what you're
Oh, wow, okay.
lady.
He's seen me on a Tuesday. He knows how bad it can get.
Tuesdays are your wild days.
They're wild crazy.
I'll never forget you in that Bozeman biker bar.
Oh, yo, girl, look. I could have walked away with every dude in Montana at that point. I could have had a ranch, cows, horses, cowboy hats, whatever the fuck I wanted. I was literally a star in Montana.
Wow.
No, am I lying?
No. No. You going back?
100%.
All right.
As sooner rather than later.
We have one more clip.
Okay.
You know, it's a terrible thing being your father.
There's Bob Crane.
What's so terrible about it? One thing, just beat myself out of a big tip.
Now we're going to see you in 2 weeks, right? I can't wait to show you the new apartment.
I'll be there for Bill. Hold it.
Oh, Sam.
That's another terrible thing about being your father. I feel like I'm on candid camera.
You do?
My dad.
Dad. Sounds nice.
Sure doesn't.
Oh, what?
I don't know if dads that kiss their daughters on the lips, like passionately like that. Plus, they're like later on in life, like in their 40s and 50s, 60s.
Look.
That was very passionate, those kisses between the dad. And look, I know you want to say something, but I'm also this fucked up.
Look.
Dear God.
There's nothing wrong with kissing your parents.
I agree.
But
I kiss mine all the time.
But they've known each other for literally less than a week. And just like you said, Rob, those kisses were very passionate.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like at a certain age, where you kind of stop kissing your parents on the lips, possibly, maybe?
Well, I will even put forth that perhaps you never kiss your parents on the lips.
Well, I grew up in a family that's very hugging, kissy, and touchy. Like, that's just our love language. It's like, but I mean, we would, that is just uncalled for. I mean, I would never lingerly, and then with like the dad's hand around the waist, pulling you close, like that's just all kind of bad and wrong and twisted and fucked up.
Right. It makes me think that perhaps he finds a new daughter that he left like on every cruise.
Well, the daughter looked like the bitch he brought on the boat.
Yeah.
If you want to go back to it.
Kind of good point. But again,
well, what? It's the truth.
Go ahead, Caleb.
Well,
shutting Charlotte down.
I could maybe possibly excuse him if he only did it once. But the fact that he went in for a second time, that's what made me almost kind of throw up. Because I was like, okay, fine, sure, what the hell? You do whatever, but Dad, I'm really liking the sound of it. Yeah, me too, honey.
Smack, he's like, call me daddy. Call me daddy. Smack, smack. Whap, whap, whap.
So yeah, we're seeing the end of Bob Crane's acting career here. He was on this show again. He was in his peak performance mode when he was the star of Hogan's Heroes, and I'm not exactly sure of what year that was.
Caleb's gonna find out.
Producer Caleb looking up when Hogan's Heroes aired, but he was a Casanova. The show was about him. He was Hogan. Colonel Hogan. He was Colonel Hogan. What years was it, Producer Caleb?
It started in 1965 and went for 6 seasons.
Wow. I saw it in a lot of repeats in syndication, and he was suave. He was a Casanova on that show. He had like every girl, like German girls and the American girls. They all came
I like how you threw in that weird like German girls. Like you did like this whole like little like Dirndl twist with that whole thing. You were like, V Gates has seen it.
That was my Christoph.
Good Jesus.
His name? Christoph.
The artist?
No, Christoph Weitz. We're going to have to cut this part out, guys.
No, well, okay, just because
Who's the
you
dude
messed up.
In the Tarantino films?
Oh, the guy that plays the Nazi all the time. I don't know what his name is, but I like him.
Yes, so the whole show was set in Nazi Germany at a POW camp where Colonel Hogan pulled all these strings, and it was a sitcom.
Christoph Waltz you're speaking of, because he's like the main...
Look up Inglourious Bastards.
That's what I've got up here.
Okay, that's the dude.
Yeah.
That dude.
Christoph Waltz.
Yes, that's the dude.
The Austrian German.
That dude.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's really good.
So, yeah, Hogan was a younger man because we're seeing this guy. It looks like he's in his upper 50s or something right now, kind of gray hair and stuff like that. But when he was playing Colonel Hogan and the show was built around him, again, he was a young, virile gentleman who was a lady killer. He was suave. So on that show, he was like Fonzie. He actually had a leather coat, and he waltzed around in this.
Did he look like the dude that we talked about that has also been on the show, Robert? You know how he had that kind of look? The one that was married to Natalie Wood.
Oh.
On the boat.
Robert Wagner.
Did he have like a Robert Wagner look, like the dark hair? Because here I know we see him with gray hair.
Yeah,
but like, did he have like that kind of look?
A young Robert Wagner.
Okay.
He did have that kind of look. He was suave, would be the word. Mm-hmm. And apparently he took advantage of that in his off time.
Got it.
And then we're seeing kind of the end of his career.
Okay.
I don't know.
The
end of his career is he passionately kisses his daughter.
The end of his life. When was he?
1978.
Is when he died.
Yes.
Oh, so he died soon after this must have aired.
Couple years, yeah.
Wait, so
no, he died in 1978, right?
Bob Crane.
Bob Crane died in 78.
The show was in 78.
Oh wow. Oh jeez. So yeah, real.
Well, when I watch him play this lecherous type character, even if he's not really lecherous, he appears that way.
Yeah, June 29, 1978.
So he met his death by tripod.
Okay, so season 1 of The Love Boat, episode 13, the one we're watching now, aired on January 7th in 1978. And he died when?
Okay, January 7th.
June June 29, 1978.
Wow, perhaps this was his last performance, and he looked horrible, and he looked like a
And-
sleaze.
It looks here, it says like one of the last things he ever filmed.
This,
Mm-hmm.
what we
And
just heard.
actually, the title of this show is called Cinderella Story / Too Hot to Handle. Just saying.
Well, producer Caleb, question for you, just to
Yes.
wrap this episode up.
Yes.
What happens? I know we're only seeing select clips that you have selected.
Yes.
You're the arbitrator. You're the judge.
Yes.
You're the jury.
I am.
Executioner?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. So, on that note, do we know actually the outcome of Bob Crane's character on this episode of The Love Boat? How does it end?
That the last clip you see is the end of the episode. He goes to his daughter and says, "Hey, I'm your father," and she wants nothing to do with him. You suck. You're an asshole. Where were you for the last 20 whatever years? Kind of thing. I don't want to talk to you. Her husband is like, "Hey, Bob wants to talk to you. I've been talking to him for the whole afternoon. He's really sorry and sincere." They come up, they make up, and then she goes, "Hey, Dad, I'm kind of liking the ring to that. Me too. Let's now passionately make out."
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
In front of her husband.
Yeah, and I guess just happy days. Yeah, he promised that he'll see her new apartment in 2 weeks and they'll hang out every 2 weeks.
Of course, he'll see her new apartment.
That's the episode. That's his storyline. That's
Okay.
his last storyline. Shed a tear.
Probably shows up at her new apartment with a video camera and a
Probably
tripod.
does. God
and
damn
his
it.
partner, William Defoe.
Oh,
We took all the air out of these scenes. There was another gentleman. I'm not sure who the actress is. She looked familiar, but the gentleman that played the husband to Bob Crane's now daughter was Robert Hayes
okay.
from Airplane.
Oh, I love Airplane. He was a pilot. Was he a pilot?
Yes, he was.
he was.
Dark-haired, kind of good-looking guy. Still
totally
good-looking.
remember.
Don't know what happened to him. I'm not sure with Robert Hayes. He was a good actor. He played a certain kind of character.
Yeah.
Played it here in the background, really. Maybe that was his problem as an actor. We never saw him really go a whole lot further than here and there. But great guy, friendly guy.
Yeah.
Kind of guy everyone could relate to.
Okay. I
Unlike-
like those kind of guys.
Yeah, not like Bob Crane. That's
Nope.
for sure.
Nope.
All right. Is that it?
That's it. I think we're done.
That's it. Episode 13.
13.
Short and sweet. Like I
13,
said,
short and sweet.
Unlucky
bit of a
13
cleanse.
for Bob Crane, anyway.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't think about that part.
No, I know. Well, listen, everybody, we'll be back next week for another episode of Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High season, low morals.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share with a friend. We'll see you guys next week.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms and connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.